Howdy hey, I am Morggyshark, and this is Pokopia. Very fun start, little slash. Absolutely been enjoying this game, adoring it. And I started on release, and I played 80 hours to get to credits, and I haven't played since credits. And I thought before I unlock Magnemite, which I feel will really shake up the game of how I build things, I want to share my place. Share all my places and all of that. Before we get to that though, here's just some fun statistics, some fun things at least in terms of what I was able to achieve in those 80 hours. So of course, I've been playing since the opening day, at least at the time of recording. It is March 17th, so 12 days, across 12 days, I've played 80 hours. On average, that means I've been doing like 6.5 hours a day, roughly. Which is so exciting. I have 193 Pokemon in the Pokedex. I have 132 Pokemon in the Habitat Dex. I guess it's not Pokemon, but 132 habitats. And as we go, we will go over the environment level for each of my areas and how my Pokemon are in here. So we're starting out, of course, where it all began, in the Withered Wasteland. This is environmental level 10, and I have 52 Pokemon in this area. So let's start out. Obviously, we've got some campfires, but this is actually Onyx's area. Onyx went somewhere very dry, and I worked way too hard watering grass for me to just get rid of that. So I said, Onyx, you're here. I feel a little bad having them just in the cave by themselves, so I may move someone to get there, but hey, that's fine. We come up the path here, and we have this nice little lookout, this fun little area. I really like this spot, especially because it gets a nice lookout of all my little places. So, at least when it came to like building, it was very easy for me to feel overwhelmed in this game, especially when it came to like new areas. I just felt like there was so much to do, so you know, I was like, ooh boy. Ooh boy. Or at least when I kind of did it like by section, that helped a lot. So originally it was just this little section right here. Obviously this wall wasn't torn down, but it was just kind of like, okay, this path, this little up place, this wasn't even like the first thing I did, but the first thing was just kind of like this area. So from like the beach cave entrance all the way to where we get to the brick, that was like, okay, let's focus on that. So obviously this right here, I feel like is very much a sign of the opening game, because it's just kind of a mixture of like habitats, just all kind of right next to each other. There is a path and everything, but it is just kind of a combination of everything. This is not the original grave right here. This is Cubone's. Actually, the rain is kind of ruining it. You can see I had dry, because Cubone wanted a drier home, and I actually had the dirt in like almost a cross shape. So it was like grass path, and then it was just grave and the flowers, and then the rest was dry. I really like that, so I'm probably gonna have to put a covering, but we'll worry about that. We'll go that way later. But yeah, this sort of area. I do think I need to change this up quite a bit. I also don't like these really small houses anymore. But this was a tutorial house, and Charmander needed to get out of the rain. So I was like, yeah, man. This has been my crafting area. As you can see, there's just a number of chests thrown about. And I know vaguely where everything is. Like, this is our decorations. This is our blocks. I forget what this one is. What's in this one? Yeah, okay. This place is pretty simple, but, you know, a lot of, at least this opening area, was just making sure the grass was green. Obviously, we also have our berry trees. I'm missing Rost, but this is this, and then I got a little, like, bonfire area, which is nice. We'll go to the beach real quick, just because I haven't done anything to it. But I did fix the pier. I fixed the pier, and that's it. And then I also have this electricity for the rocket initiation quest. So we're just going to go over the stuff that I have done. So, you know, just bear in mind, I have not done all of the areas. Like, I haven't done everything in each area, but just keep that in mind. So, if we go around here, we get to the Pokemon Center. Finishing this brick layout was really fun. I really like that. I kind of don't want to put the brick layering here, but I feel like I need something different here. Just because the 2-block wide with the brick trimming is a little small. We'll also go into each individual house. So this is Shalos's house. This was originally my house. It was originally the house that I made for myself. That's why there's a crafting table. But now it's Shalos's house. Obviously, we got the pillow with Gastrodon on it. I got this from Vespa Queen. And yeah, very, very much... I need to go into Charmander's house. I didn't do that. I think it's funny that you can tell with them specifically... Like, with both of these, you can tell that it was the early game. In terms of... What is there? Yeah, very, very, very simple. So, nothing too wild. Obviously, got a whole bunch of roses right here. Got the Pokemon Center. This was originally the Chansey hedge, but I moved that to a different area. And then I got the furnace because I wanted some of my Pokemon chipping away. This was originally... oh. Bastiodon. You've learned to levitate. I mean, that'll help with your quad weakness to ground, that's for sure. Goodness me. Look at that. Anyway, this was originally my museum area. A real egg on my face moment when I went to Rocky Ridges and found out that there was a museum. But, you know, I did that. So, this path, other than putting stairs, there's nothing out this way. I'll talk about why I didn't do that in just a second. But as we move around here, we got this little area. Obviously, I feel like I tried to keep the environments pretty close to how they looked originally. And I kind of like to build like on top of that and kind of envision like, hey, how were things before? There is this little walkway. I haven't changed anything in it, but this was where Onyx was originally trapped. And right here is Timber and Girder's house. I gave them a house, and I knew I needed to give them a house because they were my builders, and I was like, y'all are working too hard. A little messed up. I gave Girder a full bed and Timber a little hay patch. But that was Timber's original bed, so I was like, you know, sentimental values and all that. And obviously, because they can't separate their work from their home life, they've got a bunch of construction equipment. And then I put a Mystic Water, mostly because I had an extra. But also I thought, that's nice. A little decoration. And then this house over here, the only reason Pidgeotto, Combee, Excadrill, and Zoroark are the ones in it is just because they had the least happiness at the time. At least when it comes to like housing my Pokemon, that's kind of like my priority. I look at the environment level and I go, okay, these were iffy or these were just nice. And then that's how I decide the housing. So, and it helps a lot. If you're worried about environment levels, that's the way to go. That's how I recommend taking care of it. So, and then we got this little area. Once again, very indicative of what I had at the time. These are pretty empty right now, but you know, eventually I want to come back and make these much nicer. So, and that's kind of the plan. I think next up we will go to hey Slagoo, too bright? Is that what Volbeat said? Volbeat. I don't even think I have lighting over there, but okay, man. We'll go up here to the little lookout. This house I made for Pinsir because Pinsir was just not rocking with anything I gave them. So I said, all right, you get a house. There is this bridge, and honestly, the gate is just only because I haven't done anything out that way. Just kind of a mental, hey, we'll get to it, you know? So, and then we come over here. We got a nice little picnic area. We got a nice little garden. We got a little hammock. This was originally Zoroark's, but I just kind of left it here. This Slowbro home is because I did the plush next to the bed in my house. And then when I came back from Bleak Beach, all of a sudden Slowbro was at my house. And I said, this ain't gonna cut it. You are too big for my house. So, as you can see, there's definitely stuff that I haven't touched, like that house right there. And I haven't touched Pallet Town whatsoever. I went there the one time, and I named it Allsbury, which is the name of the first town in my first D&D campaign I ever DM'd. So, and then we got Litwick. Litwick is up here. Oh, candles went out. But, yes, we have that right there. So, I think, yeah, that covers everything in this area. Not quite, actually, because we have some paths. The big one, at least for me, one of the mental things I wanted to do was, oh, before I go to each next area, I would like it if I cleaned up that area, because that also kind of helped me in terms of progress. So this next area, right over here, I wanted to clean this out before I went to Bleak Beach. I was like, let's clean this up. So we got all this. Charmeleon lives right here. Got a little furnace. Tyrogue wanted a decoration, so I gave them the load dice, also in a kind of nod, like, hey, we don't know how the dice are gonna fall in terms of you evolving. So we got this, and this is my house. This is my house. Very, very tiny, very modest. Obviously, we have a picture of me with Mimikyu. Mimikyu is my favorite Pokemon, so had to get a photo with Mimikyu here. Originally, I stored my CDs in here. But now it is just the badges from finishing the game. I do have Pichu living with me, which is funny because Pichu is small enough to just climb through the window and show up that way. And I have all the dolls right here, just ease of access. I'd probably put them somewhere different, but still like somewhere where at any time I can go, hey, I need this one, and Drifloon will take me. So, and then we got this little area. The Chansey hedge was here because I thought this was for Chansey. My surprise when it was Hitmonlee. So, we have that little area. We got Keknia right here. This spot, I started digging into the mountain, and for whatever reason, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to patch it up. We're just going to put that there. I may do something with that, but I don't know. This area is very minimal. I haven't really done anything yet, except for the big old bridge above me. But I did fill out this water, just as another fun statistic. Let's see how many of the mysterious slabs I have gotten up to this point. I know it's 27. I'm missing 8. So 19 out of 27 stabs, at least with 80 hours of gameplay. I did do some, like, dowsing machine searching, but by no means was that a big part of it. Oh, wait, I haven't gone up here. I made this, so this stair goes up here, and I haven't touched anything up here, but I made this stair just preemptively going, okay, eventually we have to clean this up. Like I said, I like to make sure the path is clean before I go to each of the next areas. So I made this bridge right here. I made this nice little path. And then I made this really big bridge right here leading up to this gate. And I did this after Bleak Beach. And I thought, this is Rocky Ridge. It was not Rocky Ridge. This was not the next area. So I built all of this bridge. I built all the bridges and paths and realized, oh no, I am wrong. And that is also part of the reason why the path to Rocky Canyon, or Rocky Ridges right now, is only the few stairs and not even like a proper path. Yeah, I didn't even change any of the blocks or anything. I put stairs only on this part. Even I didn't even bring stairs to like get to the gate. So that's the Wicked Wasteland. I like the area, but I do think a lot of it is just kind of a reflection of what I had, or like my abilities. I say my abilities, but it's kind of a reflection of the early game, you know. And I do like that in a lot of ways, especially as like a little time capsule. But there's not a lot here, especially compared to Bleak Beach. So let's get to it, shall we? Now, Bleak Beach, obviously the entrance is still kind of a mess. But Bleak Beach is where I spent the most amount of time I would say, of my playthrough so far. Most of my time has been here at the beach, cleaning things up. The bridges, for those who don't know, I love bridges. I have a video about bridges in Legend ZA. Go check that out. But I absolutely adore bridges. So it was really fun remaking these bridges. But before we get there, let's go over a few of these. This is Ghastly's house right here. This was originally my house, but I changed it up. None of these decorations are the original ones. I made this Charizard's and I went, okay, awesome, sweet. So, hi, Tatsugiri. So, in this area, we were environmental level 10, and there are 57. I think there's about to be 58, considering the whoa is somebody there. But there's 57. This is my little cell counter. Originally, this was 3 wide, but I have a Blastoise here, and Blastoise couldn't fit through, so I went, okay, it's 2. And I kind of like the construction feel. Obviously, you can tell that I ran out of traffic cones at the time. But I kind of like this construction feel. There's this little patch. I was hoping more Pokemon would show up here. Originally, it was just I needed to move 2 Pokemon for a little bit, put them there, and now they have proper houses. This was my little construction zone. This is where I did all the crafting and everything this time. And then we got a little farm. And then we got this bridge right here. I didn't do anything yet, at least in terms of any of the stuff. I cleaned out the trash, and that was it here. And then that is Sparkling Skyland. But I did make the bridge, and that was really fun. And let's continue forward. We have Makuhita's house here. Let's go ahead and look inside real quick. This rug, this is actually the first instance of it. I use this rug all the time. As soon as I unlocked it, I was like, dude, that rug is awesome. So you're going to see this rug pop up a few more times. This is Makuhita. Makuhita wanted this house for the quest. And I said, hey, man, you can move here. So cheers to Makuhita. Go over this bridge. This little section was my first, I say piece of the game where I was like, okay, at least when it came to Bleak Beach, I was like, let's only worry about this section so I don't feel overwhelmed. And like I said, at least mentally, whenever I kind of sectioned each area out, that helped me a lot in terms of progress. So we have this little area. This was the latest addition in terms of everything. It's kind of a Pokemart. Honestly, I should probably change the orange into blue if I wanted to make this a Pokemart. This was before I knew that there was an actual Pokemart build, but we have that. And I think this is pretty cute, pretty sweet. We got a little park area. Oh, who's the photo for? Oh, Venomoth. A moth to a lamp, drawn to the light. Perfect. Anyway, we have this little area. This was originally Palmy's. I think I actually have a photo of Palmy's original spot. Let's see. Yes. Originally, Palmy was here. I moved Palmy to my house because Palmy was not rocking with this spot. And I made it a furnace. If there's just a, sore thumb furnace sticking somewhere, there was something there originally. And then I went, I need a furnace so I can make Pokemon, start getting metal for me. So, the verb coming to my brain is brewing, but it's smelting like in Minecraft. This goes to Zubat. Zubat thought it was bright, so I said, Zubat, you can be in this hole that was here to start. There was also one time I had 6 different Pokemon playing with these toys. At least for me, the Pokemon love the toy blocks, so I try to use that in a few of my builds. So this is Meowth's little stall. Made that. As you can see, the front of the roof is messed up because of the utility poles. I tried to put the utility poles exactly where these indicators were, because like I said, I try to make it based on how I assumed the city was originally. Obviously, that's one of the beautiful things about Pokopia that I like is everybody who's been sharing videos online and everything, they will have, like, everybody has the same layout, and you can see like the hints of like what things were and then how people built it. And I just really like that. I think that's so cool about the game. Like something like Minecraft is cool in terms of like world generation and everything, but I do think everybody having the same template in Pokopia has like a different kind of experience, just because it's cool to see how everyone, like everybody has the same tools and the same map, and to see what they do with it, that's just really beautiful to me. So anyway, yeah, we got the beach. The balloons literally just Golbat wanted decorations, and I said, you got it. Here's the showers. This is my attempt to get all the Tatsugiris. Obviously, we're missing one, but someday, someday we'll get it. We got Absol, we got Blastoise. And then if we come over here, we got this little, like kind of like shop area. This is actually, the way I took it is like, oh, Chansey's here and Pikachu has the same habitat. So I was like, oh, it's like Chansey's helping Pikachu recover. That's the way I like to see it. And I thought that was very sweet. So we got Mincino, we got Palmo. I know Flaffy is also here. I made this house. Zorua and Grubbin were originally in that plot across the street from like the, what is it, little selling area that I had. And this is their house. Still a little empty, but we got a bit more going on here. You know, we got their beds right next to each other. I like to think they're best of friends. Zorua and Grubbin, even though I don't think I saw them interact once. I like to think that. So got a little table over here. Oh, be careful. Anyway, moving on right here, finishing around. There we go. Obviously, there's that bridge, but that area over there is one of the last places I worked on. So let's do this in order of how I worked on things. So obviously, this island right here was the first of everything I worked on. And I also worked on like these spots right here. That was kind of a big spot. And then we got this. This is my house in this area. I learned how big homes can be, because at least, as you may notice, this door is here and there's the 4 walls. And now all of a sudden it's nearby habitats. So how does that work? It's the upstairs. This is the only spot that's considered the home, technically, is this upstairs. But I really like it. I think it's pretty cool. Thankfully, the Pokemon that live with me, Torchic, Palmy, and Mimikyu. Mimikyu, once again, my favorite Pokemon. So I was like, gotta have Mimikyu here. Thankfully, they do seem to show up down here. So that's good. Got a nice little tea set. Obviously, this is the most work I put into a house, and that is still true to this day. I cleared out the 2 plots that were here, and then I made just one giant shoe that stretches across the 2. And then, oh, let's see who this is. I'm going to assume Clodsire. Well, look at that. It's Clodsire. Obviously, cross on over. This is, this fountain was here, and I said, yep, that's good. Pikachu needs something. This area is Electivires. I kind of like to see it as, like, Electivires on stage having a good time. And then, after a fun performance or a night of raving, they go to bed. At least talking about Electivire going to bed, I have this really funny photo of Electivire. There it is. What are you doing? Why are you stretched across these 2 beach chairs? You could just lay on one. I thought that was very funny. So, this right here is Magneton and Hariyama's house. And also, I painted the roof of it because I was testing how Smeargle's painting of houses work. So I said, let's try it here. I'm so sorry, Hariyama. I'm just trying to do a tour of your house. Please move. Here we are. Very, very simple. As you can see, I employed the same table and chair setup that we saw in Zorua and Grubbin's house. And then this was also immediately after I got the Pokeball rug, which also, I'm looking at this now. Look at the, like, I mean, now with the camera out, it's not as good, but look how the texture has, like, that sort of, like, indent you know, like for the middle ring of the Pokeball. That's really cool. Like almost like the, I'm going to say threading of it. I really like that. That's awesome. We have this little park. Didn't really do anything here. I put these in hopes that I'd get a Pokemon, but that has not happened yet. And then I just have a path up to the tower, but I haven't done anything on the tower yet. This is Smeargle's little house. Smear Guru lives right here. Look at that cute little area. I like to think this is a notepad where they jot down ideas. And then I painted everything because I was like, oh yeah, I mean, the dude likes paint. And also, it's the same colors that are present on Smear Guru, the green, blue, and red. I didn't really touch this. I mean, and by didn't really, I mean, I just haven't. I do think most of the work I did on Bleak Beach was just paths, and that's perfectly fine. I made this little area by the beach, just thought it'd be nice, a little, ooh, little getaway. And then Meryl lives here. Because of this habitat, but you know. Lapras lives here. Lapras, definitely I need to give some love in terms of their housing. Speaking of housing that I need to give love, this this area, a bunch of Pokemon need houses, and I gave housing to Electabuzz, Audino, and Ariados. My girlfriend and my friends, well, my girlfriend came up with the name of Beach Slums. This is the Beach Slums. How exciting. How exciting. Welcome to the Beach Slums. These Pokemon, as soon as I rebuild the SSN, that's one of the big projects. I knew I wanted to wait till the post game so that I had Magnemite. Yeah, I knew I wanted to wait for the SSN, but I plan on moving all these Pokemon to the SSN once I finish that. All of their houses look the same. All of them look like this, minus the trash can. Ariados has the trash can, because they asked for a decoration. So I said, here you go. Here's a trash can. So I'm a very kind caretaker for these Pokemon, I would think. And then I did finish the pier. And then there's this 2-lane that we have all the way, but that's it. And then I haven't done anything in the SSN yet, other than the Happiny quest. I did the Happiny quest, but there is nothing special there. So moving along, this little island is where Piplup and Prinplup live. They wanted more humid. I said, why don't you just live next to the water? We got this path right here. There's also that path right there. I took a lot of liberties in terms of like assuming how the bridge system worked, or like the walkways worked in this area. And I thought having a circle connected back to that main island would be nice. So that's why I did that. And then there's this really long bridge that stretches across here. There's one of the power systems right here. I cleaned everything up, but I also left a lot of the like we're gonna say rusted metal because I kind of like the look of it. I said, you know what, this is neat. And Combuskin lives here, and Combuskin has that bed right there. I got the 2 windmills, need a bit more power, so I said, here we go. Windmill Park is what I've called this area. We got, originally Axiom and Fracture also lived here, but they moved to that house right there. If we go over here, we have a little hot spring area, which I like to say is powered by this furnace. But yeah, we have this nice little hot spring area. Psyduck, I've told you, buddy, when you're not using the shower, please turn it off. You can keep that one because you're using it. What a silly duck. Anyway, right here, Blaziken and Ampharos live here. This little house right here. Pretty standard, but I like it. Something about it I think it has a real nice charm to it. So that's where they live. And then this is also, we got a little pier so that if I want to go swim out in the ocean. Unfortunately, I didn't do the best on some of the bridges in terms of like being able to ride as Lapras around the area. So And then right here we have Axew, Fracture, Execute, and Executor, who all live here. We got a bit more stuff, but once again, still a little bland. It's just kind of the generic. And I said, hey, here we go. Gave them both a washing machine. Gave them the block toys. Like I said, once I saw 6 different Pokemon at once interacting with the block toys, I said, I've got to put this everywhere if I can help it. And yeah, that's everything. That's everything for Bleak Beach. Like I said, I feel like in terms of game time, I spent the most here. I don't have a specific, but I know I spent a lot of time here compared to everything else. And I really like how this area has shaped up. There's obviously stuff I very much want to fix. The area, like I say, inside this like valley over here has not been touched at all. I'd like to clean up that area for the sparkling Skylands way, and of course the SSN. That's a big one that I'd like to. But that is everything here. I really enjoy this area, and at least I have a different priority at first, but you know, I'm probably going to focus on this area first, at least in terms of priorities. Making this, I say, as perfect as I can get it is pretty high on the list, just because it is a personal favorite of mine. So how about, now that we've finished up here, let's head on back to Rocky Ridges and explore that area, shall we? And here we are at Rocky Ridges. Admittedly, not a whole lot that I've done up to this point, but we are here in Rocky Ridges. The first thing we see is actually Murkrow's house. It's a little rough. I'm not gonna pretend it's not. I did do the sparkling rocks because I know Murkrow likes shiny things, so I was like, oh, let's do this. I think that'd be nice. So, in terms of Rocky Ridges, most everything I've done, you can see like right in this sort of area. And originally, Rocky Ridges, I left to Sparkling Skyland when the environment level was 8. But between just going back every now and then and knocking out a few different things, I managed to get up to 10. So, sweet. Environment level 10 for Rocky Ridges, and there are 57, right? 50, checking notes. Yeah, 57 Pokemon in this area. So, right here, I made Machoke move over here from its original spot right here. Got a couple of houses. This was at the part where I started doing these like medium-sized houses, the ones that take like an hour naturally to make. And this was also where the party scene was in terms of the story, so we can see some fun little decorations. If we also come up here, we got Magmortar's habitat. This is Pawmot's, and I gave Pawmot a bed whenever they're not on the clock. Pawmot is also, I'm pretty sure, the only electric type I have in this area, so that's why I was like, I gotta give Pawmot somewhere to rest, because they do a lot of electric work for me right now, because I don't have a single generator in this town right now. So, this was also when the Hoppip event started, so we can actually see the areas that I put each of them. Originally, Skiploom was here, but Skiploom I actually moved into my house, which is this one right here. There's Jumpluff right next door, but this is my house. This originally was one of the rundown houses. I ended up just fixing. Hello there. But I made this little area right here. Oh goodness, can't even see inside. I do think that's one of the bummers about like the smaller houses, is sometimes the camera's a little funny, but that's okay. I moved all Skiploom stuff in here. Also, I don't think I've heard this music track before, the one that's playing right now. This is very nice. We'll check out this way real quick, just because it's pretty short. I turned this into a little hot spring. Oh goodness, we got a new Pokemon. Who is this? Update that 57. Oh, look at that. It's Honchkrow. 57 is now 58. As Honchkrow is here. Honchkrow does kind of change the vibe, but I like to think of this as Music Way. because I have all the stump for the Jigglypuff line and then the little microphone for Chatot. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Honchkrow sings the blues. We're going to say Honchkrow sings the blues. Now, this house right here, this is the house my girlfriend designed. At least she designed some of it. She picked out like the colors and did some of the stuff in terms of the interior decorating. I'll probably give the Switch to her and let her create more, but at least over Discord I said, hey, let's do this. So this is the house that she made, and she picked out the Pokemon. Gengar is her favorite Pokemon. She wanted a dog Pokemon, and we decided on Darkspun. And then when I was looking through the Pokedex, she said Bellsprout and Wooper are nice. So that's who we got here. At least looking inside, we've got a nice little kitchen area. I do need more kitchenware, but this was like kind of what I had available without taking away habitats from other Pokemon at the time, as well as like the kitchen area that I have. Nice little berry area, some little streamers that we got going on. I do think this is a pretty cute area. I do like it. Also, in terms of decorations, it's a lot more fun. Thank you, Gengar. It's a lot more fun compared to the other houses that I have at the moment. So, very, very fun. So, I think it livens things up pretty nicely, to say the least. Now then, onto our, I guess, unofficial town square, kinda. I mean, I very much view this as the main hub. Uh-oh! Update that 58 to 59, folks! Who's that Pokemon? It's Tyranitar. Holy smokes, hey! What's up? Sweet. Got a fine new Pokemon. If we come over here, we got DJ Rotom's spot. Their gamer pad, as I like to call it. And then also, this is just where I got all my CDs, which I have a new one that I need to put here. So, there we go. We'll go ahead. Oh, I do this all the time. Where I make the minecart and then I accidentally just leave it over there. That's fine. We'll show the museum later. That's the pathway to the museum. Anyway, so got a bunch of flowers. This will eventually be Hoppip's home. It's really funny that I still keep this minecart because it quite literally goes like barely anywhere. It goes here. Oh, there's also another Pokemon. Update that count to 60. Uh-oh. Anyway, we got our farms. Can you tell that I was 1 wheat short at the time? Definitely plan on moving that. We move up here. We got a nice little cove. Some of this is pretty much the same compared to how things were like at the start, but that's okay. We got a cute little cutout. I really like this cutout. Oh my goodness. We got Lucario right here. Vileplume is right there. This is Bonsly and Kricketot. They were both iffy. So when this house was done being built, I said, y'all need to move here. For sure. Y'all definitely need to move here. So there's this area. I haven't done anything with this upstairs yet, but we've got the kitchen. Also, this was our main crafting area. This is where I stored everything, had all the stuff. So that's where that is. This is Chef Dente's house. At least based on the quest descriptions, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to make new habitats for each of the Pokemon. Like each of the, we'll say, main character Pokemon. And that's fine. I'll just repurpose this or something. But this is Chef Dente's house. Nothing too crazy. Oh, I didn't show off Carkol, Roly-Coly, and Cincino. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. Head back up here. I'm pretty sure Roly-Coly and Carkol have the same. Yes. Look at that. Aw, I gave him the cute beds. Oh, look at that. They're both snoozing. And then Cincino's, I know Cincino's is different because I moved Cincino's original habitat, as you can see here. Hello. Thank you, Cincino. This is Torkel's house. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I had that much. Thank you, Torkel. This is Torkel's little house right here. And then we have a path down to the hot springs. Holy smokes. I said 60. Gotta make it 61. Who's this right here? It's Golem. And then 61. Colossal. If we move here, this is Reboot's little area. Reboot wanted wanted more stuff, and I said, you know what? Let's not leave you just next to Polytoad with close to nothing. So this is Reboot's little area, which I actually really like. I think it's pretty nice. So, and then this, the creepy white rocks, is where I have Glimmet. Glimmet's got a little cove right here. Glamora is actually over by where the party area is. And then that's that. At least if we move here, obviously you can see a spot where I mined for limestone. If we actually move here, let's use the minecart. Let me go grab it real quick. That's so embarrassing. It was already in my inventory. Okay. But me going this way did remind me. One of my friends, they said, hey, Cricketoon is me. Because my friends were very quick to critique some of the housing that I had done for my Pokemon. Rightfully so, to be fair. So we gave Cricketoon a red bed, because that's my friend's favorite color. And this cherry berry chest with nothing in it. But that's okay. So, this is the other side of the minecart. So, actually, before we do the minecart path, let's look around here. We got the waterfall was already there, but I did build this little stairway. This leads to Machamp's little hammock right here. And then right here, I know Murkrow originally lived here, but we got this spot. How exciting. Hopefully another Pokemon will show up. Charcadet is actually a long ways from home. We're actually going to see Charcadet's home as we run them over. This was just how the minecart was already made. I just filled in the gaps so that we could get all the way there. Ta-da. Oh my goodness. It's Volcarona. Update that number to 62. Oh boy, what the hey. Everybody's moving to Rocky Ridges. This is awesome. This is Charcadet and Larvesta's house. It's very simple, but they wanted hot areas, and I was like, okay, we'll just slap this together. I'm pretty sure that they still only have like an average like rating, but that's okay. Volcarona is revered as an embodiment of the sun. That's so cool. I guess it is the sun Pokemon. As you can see, there's this bridge that I made with water gun. I kind of like it in terms of the natural look. And we'll actually stop on the minecart here. I did do this stop right here specifically, so if I ever need to check on Charcadet or Larvesta. But this path just finishes where the hot spring is. So, not missing anything in terms of building. Now, the museum up here, I have not done a lot with. This is another one of the big projects, like the SS Anne that I want to finish, but I was waiting on Magnemite. The only things that I have done is Rampardos, Tyrant, and Cranidos all live here. Like I said in the first area, a real egg on my face moment when I found out that there is a museum with a fossil section. As we can see here, Haunter's here because all of the Pokemon from the museum live right in here. Gimmighoul lives here, Arcanine lives here, Cerulege lives right here. And this is Haunter. Ta-da. This is a staircase in case I need to get up there, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do anything up there. Yeah, this museum is kind of a mess, but, you know, it's home for these Pokemon right now. At least before Arcanine moved in, it was only Ghost Pokemon, and part of me thought, oh, what if I only did Fossils and Ghost over here? But I don't know. We'll see. I guess fossils are kind of ghost of the past in a way, if we think about it. So back at Rotom's gamer pad, that is Rocky Ridge. I didn't do as much, and like I said, I even moved on from this area relatively early. Environment level 10, 62 Pokemon and Rocky Ridges, which is actually the most amount of Pokemon that I have in any of the areas. So we are going to go ahead and move on to the Sparkling Skylands. So when it came to the Sparkling Skylands, I originally came from the Rocky Ridges area, but I have not done a lot in Sparkling Skylands. At least as of right now, there is only 27 Pokemon here and an environment level of 5. I have not given this area nearly as much love compared to the other areas. Especially with the floating islands, though, I really wanted to wait for Magnemite, so that's why. The only thing I have really done is on this island right here. So we are going to look at this island and only this island. Obviously, Silphco I finished for the sake of the quest, but other than that, I haven't done anything on any of the other islands. So we're really only looking at this area. As you can see, I did do something, but this is sort of the main area. I love walkways. I love pathways. I like the feeling of like all the areas being connected. So if there's one thing I'm gonna build, it's a walkway. So I focused on that a lot in this area. So this was one of the first buildings. Pupitar actually doesn't like this building very much. So someone else will probably move here. But this was just one of the builds that I had. Honestly, I don't even like this build that much. I may change this out, but that's there. And then Pokemon, as soon as I found out I could build one of these, I said, yeah, I'm gonna do that. This area is where I did the luxury and cute sets to get Blissey and Goldengo. And I really like that I kind of gave it this top. I don't know, the contrast between the two I just think is really cool. I may move the two of them into a house and then have like each of these there, well, at least for now. It's there like this. This is where I did all my crafting, as you can see here. You can even see, even though this is the one island I focused on, there's some rough patches. I have not finished everything here, but you know, I did what I could. So this is where I built my stuff. This is a little like outside library type of deal. Snivy had a quest for 4 bookshelves, and I put that there in response. If we move over here, we have this little playground, and then also this little furnace area right here in this cave. Obviously, there is the big elephant in the room. We're looking at that last, okay? Because I took a lot of time on that, and we're doing that last. So this is where Dragonite is. What am I gonna do? Tink Master, I'll help you out sometime soon. There's another connection. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then this area is like a little like takeoff point. I put the little what do you call these? Weather vanes. I put the little weather vanes here. And I said, yeah, if I ever want to just fly over, whee, as Dragonite, I can. But like I said, I haven't done anything on that island yet. I haven't done anything on any of the other islands. So, if we fly back over here. Matang, I definitely want to move somewhere else because this just feels so out of place. If we move down here, we've got what is Tink Master's house, but this will definitely not be because of the quest that I'm sure they will be asking. Down here is my house. It's literally just a fenced-in area with a bed and 2 decorations. This was purely because I needed somewhere to teleport to, because I was like, I'm tired of just walking back to Rocky Ridge and everything and then teleporting that way. So yeah. So that's what this is. This is not permanent by any means. This will probably disappear in its entirety eventually. So like I said, we have Tink Master. Let's go into Tink Master's house, because Tink Master is actually the only one with any interior right now. I did this because I wanted to reflect kind of the like pink, to me, like kind of cutesy side that Tinkaton has. Tinkaton just being one of my favorite Pokemon, as well as like the architectural side as a Tink Master. So there we go. And now for the thing that we've all been waiting for, this giant treehouse. I was inspired, as you can see right here. Look at that. Boom. I was inspired by, let me find their TikTok. Hold on. I believe it's Zoybean. I saw them on TikTok. She had a TikTok. It was specifically about a cozy treehouse village. I will put her TikTok here. She had a video about a cozy treehouse village, and I said, hey, that's cool. And that was my inspiration for this. It does not look like this in the video, but it inspired me at the very least. So I wanted to shout her out for that. So I said, hey, this is great. And then I got a bunch of Pokemon that were at the time iffy and moved them here. As you can see, we can go in here. Conkeldurr, I guess you love these flowers, don't you? We can go up here. We got Dreepy, we got Swablu, and Vulpix. If we continue up here, we got this little outdoor path. And then this goes to the sort of top area. This right here is Alakazam's house. And then we got a nice little bench with some refreshments. And then this part right here, I thought this was really cool. Kind of encasing the cable car, if you will. In this little tree. I don't know, I thought that was really cool. I do know, especially this side is a little blank. It's very visually uninteresting on this side right here. And I would like to fix it, but at least for the time being, that's how this is. But yeah, I really liked the idea of like encasing this almost like it's leaving the tree house. I thought that was very cool. I do like how it looks from like this side, especially. To me, this is pretty cool, especially like how open it looks. What the dog doing? I like it. Obviously, I mentioned openness, so part of me has considered the idea of like putting windows here. But I don't know if I'm entirely sold on that. But especially once I unlock Magnemite, anything I want to edit here will become way, way easier. And with that, I have finished. Or I guess there's this one little path right here that just kind of cuts through the middle of the island and gets me to Tink Master's house quick instead of big old path around. So, but with that, we have finished. Here. I want to hang out. I want to hang out right here. With that, we have finished. Like I said, this is environment level 5, and with 27 Pokemon. I think when it comes to environment levels, at least in my experience, the best way to do it is get a bunch of Pokemon and then just focus on the ones that are iffy. And like if their natural habitat is like they aren't happy and they're labeled as iffy, give them houses first. And that'll ramp up your environment level really fast. Like I said, sometimes I felt really overwhelmed with this game, but I still had a really good time, especially every new area. I still kind of feel overwhelmed in this area, just the idea of how much I have to do. But I was specifically like, okay, let's just wait for Magnemite and then I can take care of it. At least in terms of priorities, I think this area is what I want to do first. And then I'll probably do like the SSN and the museum and stuff like that. So I'd love to come back to this. I'm definitely going to be playing more, but I'd like to do another like update video whenever I'm done with I guess the world. I'm not gonna put a timeline or anything on it because honestly I could see myself spending another like easily another 200 hours, especially because I haven't even touched Pallet Town yet. I know I'm gonna be doing stuff there for sure. So thanks everybody who tuned in. I hope you enjoyed. I love this game. I love this game to death. It's so sweet. I absolutely adore Pokemon, just in general. I cried during the credits. Just a really fun and sweet game, with like also just such heartbreaking lore. There's a bunch of really good art on Twitter of people showing like Ditto and like their relationship with their trainer and stuff like that, and it tears me to pieces. It's just so good. Anyway, with that in mind, thank you to everybody who tuned in. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time just talking about Pokopia. So yeah, please, if you make a video of your own talking about your island, leave it in the comments. I like, just say in the comments like, hey, I made a video on my island. I'd love it if you checked it out, because I would love that. I think it'd also just be really cool watching some of those videos while I continue to work on what I have. So thank you once again, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic night, and until next time, bye.